And we're back at the 5-Star Conference here in Dallas, Texas. This is MP5, and I'm your host, Jordan Wendelken. I am joined today by Labrescia Dawson, and she's the CEO of Dawson's Management. How are you?
I'm great, and yourself?
You're a bit of a celebrity around here.
Kinda.
Tell me about that.
Okay, so I'm Ms. Dawson, the CEO of Dawson's Management, and we recently won the USDA contract for all 50 states, Puerto Rico, Guam, and Hawaii. So I think because I was a local listing broker first, and now I'm an asset manager, a lot of the brokers, they can relate, and so when they see me, they're just as elated as I am.
Because it's rare.
It is.
And so are you just like, are you backed up with paperwork and all this, or are you riding the roller coaster? Tell me a little bit more about how that's affected you.
Okay, so it's a beautiful thing. So basically, I was born for this. I've been an REO agent for the last 15 to 20 years. So for me, I'm not backed up in paperwork because I have a team. So when the USDA sends us the listings, we send those listings out to our broker agent network. We have over 2,000 agents around the country, and so we're ready. When we get the listing, we send it to them. We partner with the nationwide title company. So for me, it just makes sense. So it's easy for me because I've already been doing it for the last 15 or 20 years.
I love it. That's absolutely fantastic. Well, since you have been doing it that long, I want to know, you've weathered the storm.
Yes.
So let's talk about that a little bit. How has the pandemic, but how has the government impacted your business outside of course, getting the contract? Let's put that aside. In general, how has the government's involvement and the pandemic affected your business?
So for my business, it has actually grown during the pandemic. I'm a government contractor, even though I started off doing real estate. So in addition to the USDA contract, I have like 5 additional contracts with the CDC, Army Corps of Engineers. So I do several things. So my business has grown during the pandemic. And as it relates to USDA listings, we sell all of their shadow inventory. So we've not even started to get the properties that we're probably going to see when the moratorium lifted and all of these things. Now we can expect more properties. But we basically cleaned up all of their shadow inventory, and we sold just about 1,000 properties in now just about a year.
Wow, unbelievable. That's fantastic business. You're one of the rare who's actually found that opportunity in what's even panning out to be even more trying times, which again, as we adapt, as we go through the motions, there are those who don't find those opportunities, and there's those who do, and that's great business for you. Let's talk about the supply issue. So a lot of us are being impacted on the supply side of things. You're not per se, but what does that look like, let's say from a buyer standpoint? Are they just know that those opportunities are out there? I mean, I know as a standard consumer, I'm seeing no properties available. I'm seeing the inventory gone. Okay.
So with the USDA, again, we're selling their shadow inventory. Every week we get new properties, and I'm not sure how much of a backlog they have, but we have sold, like I say, 1,000, and every week we get about 10 to 20 more new listings. And it may be a month where you may get 50, so we don't know. We just get what they send us. So buyers know to go to our technology partner, which is bidonhomes.com. That's where you can go and make offers on these properties. And the USDA actually lists these properties for what it foreclosed for. So that's why the investors are just buying them so fast. Like the USDA is like amazed that as a small business that we were able to move that type of volume. And it's just a perfect storm, in other words.
Right. So that's why you're such a popular lady here.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So how have you noticed that that's affected the underserved market at all?
Well, with these properties, investors can buy them. So the underserved community is not really able to take advantage right now. I would assume the investors are buying them, probably fixing them up and renting some of them, or they may be wholesaling. But for us, because cash is king with the type of property we have right now from the USDA, was called non-program properties, which means they've been sitting on the market forever. So the USDA is just saying, hey, sell it to whoever gets there first. It's not set aside for owner occupants. Investors can buy them, and that's who's been buying them.
Excellent. So your primary target market, or it's not even a target market for you at this point, is it?
It's whoever comes.
You're the target at this point.
Whoever comes and buy the properties. Yeah. So it's a beautiful thing. Like I said, it's just a perfect storm. It has been a blessing for us.
And so you spoke earlier at one of the labs, is that correct?
That I spoke yesterday on two of the with Laura and HUD and VA was on another panel with me. So yeah.
How'd that go?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Again, like I've been coming to these conferences now for about 15 years, and I was one of the agents that would come and not really go home with business, but I made connections. And I said, one day I'm not going to have to beg. I'm just going to be able to. And God switched it. So now I'm on the panel, and I just cry about it sometimes.
That's
it's
awesome.
Just unbelievable.
That's awesome. So you would even say that the 5-star conferences kind of helped you
absolutely
get through those times and get to where you're at these days?
Exposure, meeting people, networking, and just not losing sight of, even if you don't get the client, you made a relationship, staying in contact with the people and coming back every year. It's a beautiful, amazing event, and I'm elated about it.
So what's your plans for the future?
Well, now I want to go after more government contracts as it relates to REO properties. We did it this time, and I think I can do more of it.
How did you go about that as far as getting those? Some people, they know that opportunity exists, but they're like, I don't know if I want to tackle that animal.
For me, I'm all about the tackle.
Okay.
Why not me?
Was it a time play? Was it just like, I'm going to just keep going, and then it happened? Was it just, again, you said the stars align. Tell me more about that process of determining, okay, I want to try this.
Okay.
And going through the whole process.
Okay, yes. Okay, so again, I'm a government contractor, so we do more than just real estate. So I have other contracts. I have a team in place who help me write proposals.
Got it.
In this particular case, there's a website called SAMS, and opportunities come up that match my NAICS code. I'm a real estate broker. I do janitorial, IT. In this case, hey, USDA REO, that's something that I do. It's directly in my wheelhouse.
It's in your blood.
It's in my blood. So we went after it. I got my team together, and we won.
That's amazing.
All 50 states, Puerto Rico, Guam, and Hawaii. So it was amazing. And I was like, we won.
So does that mean you've got to take some trips to Puerto Rico?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Or I can just give it to one of the agents in Puerto Rico.
No.
But I do want to go to Puerto Rico.
You got to have some meetings over there at least, right? That's great. So any plans then as far as once you leave the show? I mean, are you just going to go nose to the grindstone? How's that working?
So tell me a little bit about what you mean by that.
So after you leave the conference and you get back to work, is it? I mean, you've met a lot of people here. I mean, it's the wheels. Even when you're sitting here right now having this interview, wheels are turning.
They are. So for me, I need to go back to the office or with my team to go after more government contracts.
That's right.
So it may not be real estate related, but my job is to keep my company going. And that's additional contracts. These are like 5-year contracts with the government. So monetarily, it just makes perfect sense.
That's amazing. Well, there you have it, everyone. Amazing to see the opportunities out there for those who are taking advantage of the current climate. I really do appreciate you being here. I appreciate your long-standing attendance of our events, and we look forward to the future with you.
Thank you so much.
MP5 is a resource for industry information. I hope you liked what you've been watching so far. If you have any questions, please reach out to events@the5star.com. Like, follow, and subscribe both YouTube and LinkedIn to stay up to date on all of our news and releases.